see who jumps on. I am live on Facebook and Instagram this afternoon. I'm live on Teca Cameron, that's my Instagram, as well as Teca Cameron on Facebook. Good afternoon. Today I wanted to come on to talk about intentionality and really what stepping into your purpose and why it is time for you to step into your purpose. I'm not sure who's around, but I'm gonna wait for a little bit. Hello, I see someone hopped in on Facebook. Hi there, it's Teca. Hello. I'm hoping to have an engaging discussion with you today about intentionality, about setting your purpose and walking into your purpose for 2019. It's now, how many days do we have? We have a few more days until the end of November. And then before you know it, boom, December's here. And then before you know it, it's 2019. It's a new year. And how many of us are ready for 2019? I don't know about you, but I'm excited about 2019, and I'm looking forward to exciting changes, exciting activities, opportunities. I'm planning for it, so I'm hoping, not even hoping, I'm expecting it because I'm planning for it. So for those of you who are on, or who are coming on, and you're not familiar with me, I'm Teca cameron-tackie. I'm the professionals coach. And I've been going through somewhat of a, how do I put it? I've been going through somewhat of a self-professional business discovery process over the past year. And I've really been trying to figure out, and not even trying, it's an organic part of the process, but really figuring out where it is that I am finding that I'm achieving the greatest results, and who are the people that I am connecting with the most, and what is my real purpose when I go out and decide to start a business or to work on my business, and who is it that I really want to impact. And I've had so many opportunities this year to connect with wonderful people, wonderful companies, and opportunities to really learn more about what is happening in the world of not only work, but in the business environment as well. Right? As a self-employed professional, I've learned so much just in this 1 year alone that has had transformative outcomes for my business now and going forward. So, I wanted to take an opportunity to really just reconnect. It's been a while since I've been on live, and I wanted to just really get to see who's around and to share an update with you, but also to talk to you about your intentions. What is it that you're planning to do with your, going forward in your career? So, career or business. So what I discovered coming into 2018 was, I had a very strong passion, and I still do, for working with individuals who want to advance in their careers, helping them to figure out their career strategy and really how to find a career that really falls in alignment with who they are. And that is still a passion of mine, and it's never been something that I felt that I would be completely disconnected from. However, what I did come to acknowledge and recognize was the force where was what I was being directed into. And that's really working with entrepreneurs. People who, like myself, are passionate about some form of service, or it could be product, but mainly service that they want to go out into the world and offer. I landed on coaching, and coaching I evolved into coaching after discovering consulting. I was image consulting for a while. I actually started in 2008 was my first time I registered a business. And then over time, I discovered, as much as I like to help people with soft skills, appearance, behavior, and communication, I really want to help, people with more than that. I want to help them with leadership. I want people to become better leaders. I think that there's a deficit in leadership. I absolutely know there's a deficit in leadership globally. There's a deficit in leadership in public sector, private sector, even in small companies where someone may have stepped up into the ranks or stepped up and decided they wanted to run a business, but may not have necessarily gained the leadership skills that they need to run their operation. So, going through the process of discovery, what I found and what I realized is that there's a great need for support in the area of small to medium enterprises. In particular, the people that I find I get the greatest results with, or that I work well with, are creative entrepreneurs. So I've kind of been shifting, not necessarily focus, but really getting clear on where it is that I am supposed to be devoting the majority of my efforts. And I still provide leadership coaching, because at the core of everything is leadership, right? Everything rises and falls on leadership, whether it be self-employment, working in the public sector, private sector. At the end of the day, everything at the core rises is based on leadership. So as much as I'm finding that the lens that I am using, the leadership lens, is shifting. It's there. However, the clientele that I'm serving is slightly different. And it's not to suggest that I don't help people or that I'm not here to support individuals who do want support as they move up in their careers. That's definitely something that I am doing. However, my primary focus is helping creative entrepreneurs who really want to communicate their value and their worth, and who want to develop a business out of using their skills and talents, right? Oftentimes we have skills and talents and we just don't know how to turn those into something that is going to help and serve others, or that's going to help us to make an income. And then we decide, it's not worth it, or it's too risky, it's too scary, so we don't bother. Any of you who are here with me, jump on, please drop in any comments if anything is resonating with you. I feel that this is, for me, and I have to say, as a woman of faith, I had to really dig deep and ask God, like, where am I supposed to go? Where do you want me to go? And this is me speaking from my own experience, right? What is my purpose here? What is it that I'm really supposed to be doing? And it's not to suggest I didn't think I had a purpose. The challenge is I felt that I was directing everything. So, I was moving in my own direction and didn't really heed to the calling that was upon me. And now that I'm getting clearer, it's becoming more apparent that this is where I'm supposed to be, and the people that I'm here to serve, I have to show up in order for me to serve them, and in order for them to have the results that they need to have. So that's just a bit of an update for me. But when it comes to you, my question to you, whether you're on Facebook or on Insta, is, are you tapping into your purpose? Are you clear as to where you are going? And if so, how are you doing that? How are you doing that? Hey, thank you, Tara. Thank you. How are you clear on your purpose? And are you seeking counsel from a source, whoever your source is? Are you seeking counsel outside of yourself to figure out, are you heading in the right direction? Right? Because oftentimes we can create all kinds of plans. I know I'm good at creating all kinds of fancy plans. But if those fancy plans are not in alignment with where God wants me to be, you know what? Sometimes it ends up in a disappointment. And what may temporarily seem as a disappointment, ultimately it's for my good, and I eventually see that, right? But are you setting your intentions for your business? Right? And your business, as an entrepreneur, your career is your business, right? So are you setting that intention very, very clearly? Are you hearing, that you should be moving in a particular direction, but then you're saying, but I can't do it because, and then you hear the string of becauses, because, it's just not the time, or because I have too much on my plate, I have too many responsibilities, or it's going to be too expensive, I don't have the money, or. And this is not a judgment, this is a reality, right? We end up getting caught up sometimes in those self-limiting beliefs. We end up getting caught up sometimes in the scary piece, that it blocks us from moving forward with what it is that we're supposed to be doing. But what I shared a message this morning is that we have to be able to, and I'm sorry, it was actually yesterday, but we have to recognize that by showing up as in the calling that we're supposed to be showing up in, we are doing the work that's going to bless other people, especially if you're in service, if you're in a service-based business. When you decide that you're not going to do that, when you decide that you're not going to use your unique gifts and talents, because absolutely you are unique and there's nobody else like you, like there's nobody else like Teca. Yeah, and there's a whole slew of experiences and just life experience that has created me as an individual and has brought me to this place where I can use my unique voice and bless another person. But if you're not able to use your unique voice to bless those who need you, because they do, then you're blocking that person from potentially blocking that person from receiving that blessing. And also you're blocking yourself from really living out your true calling and for being in the place where you really probably want to be, but you're not able to get there because you're just stuck in the fear, right? What is fear? What is fear? Anybody on live want to share with me, what is fear? How do you deal with fear? Right? Fear is really just us creating ideas. It's creating a story about something that hasn't really happened, right? And it's really putting into life something that does not exist, but we're putting it into life in a way that prevents us from moving forward, right? And there's oftentimes a whole lot of things that we are fearful of. We fear failure. I know I was stuck in that for a long time. Like I would sit on stuff because, it wasn't even intentionally, like I didn't even notice I was doing it, but I would sit on things that I was creating. I'm a creator because I was fearful of how it would show up in the world or how it would be received or whether or not it was good enough, perfectionism. And then I had to say, you know what, this is foolishness. In order for me to be able to bless the people that I'm called to bless, I've got to do this. I've got to walk out of that fear of failure and get on with it, because I won't know unless I actually do it, right? I won't know if I'm going to achieve it unless I actually attempt to do it. So getting over the fear of failure is something a lot of, especially creative folks who are so used to creating, because I don't know, as a creative, I tend to be very, I guess it's not even protective of my ideas, but it's, after you work on something for a while, you own it. It's kind of like your baby, right? So when you put it out into the world and it's not necessarily received as well, sometimes it could take you aback. But when we're walking in our purpose and we're walking according to, the will that we've been set out to do, then it doesn't matter what other people say. Would you agree? It doesn't matter how other people perceive what it is that you're doing, because you know that there's a purpose attached to what you're doing. Yes, you'll get feedback, and feedback is helpful for growth. But when I say it doesn't matter, I mean it shouldn't be the thing that stops us from moving forward. If anything, it should just be, okay, this is information, this is intelligence, whatever the feedback is, and I'm going to use that to move forward and to make things better. Anybody here on the line resonating with what I'm saying? And I say the line. I'm so used to doing conference calls. I say on the line. But anybody here who is live, who's on this broadcast, you resonate with what I'm saying. Fear. Fear of trading security for the unknown. Man, that was the hardest part for me. It was hard, yet at the same time it wasn't. When I was leaving a government job, to leave a government job to go for self-employment, like what are you doing? That's crazy. Who does that, right? That's what you hear. At least that's what I heard. And yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. It hasn't been a smooth ride. It hasn't been easy. I certainly could absolutely, benefit from having that consistency in income that comes with something like a government job, right? But I also recognize that the consistency will come in time. It comes in time when the effort is there, when you put in the effort, when you put in the time, when you walk in your calling, when you believe in what you're doing, when you're serving the way that you're supposed to be serving. There's absolutely no way that you're going to fail. And if you're doing things right, there's no way you're going to fail. Right? It's about really putting in that effort and recognizing that, yes, initially there will be sacrifice. Initially, you'll have to give up a little bit. You got to give up a little bit of your security. It could be financial, right? There could be a host of other things that you may have to give up that you just don't want to give up. It makes you uncomfortable. But you know what? I've discovered being uncomfortable has certainly been a test of my faith. And that has encouraged me to draw closer as far as my faith is concerned, because I recognize that that's where my strength comes from. I knew it, but I didn't understand it, right? So fearing, the security or trading security for what you don't know is something that is common. It happens a lot, especially when it comes to entrepreneurship. But we just got to face the fear. We got to face it and just do it anyways, right? When we're intentional, when we're setting clear goals, clear milestones, having a clear vision, listening, intently for the direction that we should be going into, that fear starts to fade because we get everything. We become more equipped with what we need in order to move forward. Another thing that often, blocks us, we don't want to be overextended financially. Anybody hear what I'm talking about? We don't want to be overextended financially. It's a reality. These are fears that keep people from being successful. These are what we call sometimes self-limiting beliefs, right? We get so stuck and held up on what we're used to. Some of us are used to being at a certain place financially. So when it doesn't sit well with us, we're like, nope, that's not possible. I can't do that. That to me is going to make me really uncomfortable, and I'm not going to be able to move out. I'm not going to be able to move forward from that. But here's the thing, because I'm speaking from real experience, man, the sacrifices that we've had to make. Here's the thing, when you recognize that, once again, you are working towards your purpose, when you are clear as to how you are going to work towards your goals and achieve them, when you're strategic, when you plan carefully, when you bring in the counsel from others who have been where you want to go, that can help you to avoid some of those mistakes that you could potentially end up in. When you do those things, the fear starts to fade away. The fear starts to fade away and it becomes more real because you are working towards your purpose. Am I saying to be reckless and irresponsible? Absolutely not. I would never encourage anyone to do that. But the reality is, and I'm talking specifically to my creative entrepreneurs, those of you who are out in the world, using your gifts and talents to serve, to uplift, to encourage, to inspire, to provide something that someone else needs that could benefit their life. To those of you who I am speaking to, this is a reality. Financially, sometimes it's going to get uncomfortable. It's going to get unfamiliar. It's going to be like, what is this? But the reality is, this is where we end up when we are working towards our purpose. But that fear alone will stop many of us in our tracks. Are you going to let that prevent you from moving forward? Let me know if you're still here. Drop me a heart, drop me a star, something. Let me know somebody's still here with me. I know it's mid-afternoon. It's the first time I've done a 3 o'clock. And I thought, you know what, let me test it out. I'm testing out different times to see what works with everyone. But if you're catching it on the replay, please let me know. Just drop me replay in the comments. If you're on live, just let me know you're here. Either way, it doesn't really change things. I'll still continue the conversation. But I wanted to come on this afternoon just to really talk to you about this, intentionality, about setting a purpose for your life, especially going into 2019. If you've been spinning yourself in circles for the past however many years, and you're thinking, okay, 2019 is coming and I really want to change things, my question to you is, are you ready to face the fears that may have been blocking you? Are you ready to be intentional about your direction as it relates to your career and your business? Are you willing to do the work that is required to set yourself up strategically so that you're making the right choices? Are you ready to invest in yourself? Are you ready, whether it be time, money, whatever the case may be? Are you willing to get a little bit uncomfortable? Because if you're not ready for those things, then, the reality is entrepreneurship probably is not the place for you, right? It's going to be very difficult to function as an entrepreneur if you're not willing to recognize or to face these realities, right? And to fight through those fears. Those are just some of the fears that I've talked about. I talked about fear of what others would think. That was me with regards to my creative process. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care in the sense that I'm creating what I put together. It's inspired by my God. It's inspired by where I'm supposed to be, and I'm putting it out there for those who need it. And the energy that I get back, the feedback that I get back is going to help me to continue to build and to create and to design and to do what it is that I need to serve those who I've been sent to serve. And I encourage you to do the same. When you get stuck on what others are going to think about either your creative process or just you as an individual, you end up blocking your blessings. And you don't want that. You want to go into 2019 confident. You want to go into 2019 assured that, you're doing you're taking steps each and every day to move in the direction that you're supposed to be going. Right? I'm here for you. I'm here to encourage you. I want you to know that at any point, if you feel that you need support or you want to get clear on your vision, that you can reach out to me and you can connect with me. As a coach, this is something that I do with individuals one-to-one. I also do group coaching sessions where I work through strategizing, vision boarding, goal setting. And actually upcoming, I'm doing a goal setting workshop. And this is something where you'll get an opportunity to work with me directly and in a group where we'll come to, you don't necessarily have to share the intimate details of your goals, but you'll learn what it means to really reflect, right? Take time to reflect upon where you've been this past year. Create that vision, set that vision board, create that vision board for where you want to be in 2019, personally, career, business. And then setting some milestones, some tangible milestones for each quarter, and then breaking it down even further. What is it that you want to accomplish? When you do that, you're setting yourself up for tremendous success. And yes, we can set the goals, but we also have to recognize we got to do the work, right? So the goals without the work doesn't amount to anything, but we've got to do the work. We've got to be willing to say, okay, you know what? Here are my goals. Here's my vision, and I'm ready, and I'm going to roll for 2019. So, if this is what you want to do, if you are ready to take charge of your business, if you are ready to take charge of your career, if you've been rolling with me for a while and you're like, you know what, I'm ready to do this, then let me know. Send me a DM, connect with me, email me, and I'll tell you a little bit more about what's coming up this on December 2nd, which is the goal setting workshop. It's called Goals, right? I know since I've always been a goal setter, but since I've really been intentional about my goals and since I've been really focused on listening clearly for the vision that I'm supposed to have for my career or my business, since I've done that, I've achieved a lot of success and I've been able to accomplish so much more. And I want the same for you. I want you to go into 2019 confident, assured, and ready to take charge of your life, your business, your career, wherever it is that you are at this stage in your life. All right? I do hope that this has blessed you. When I finish this talk, I'm gonna drop a link for you if you want to find out more about the goals workshop. But remember, fear is something that is good. It's a natural occurrence. As humans, we are going to naturally face fear. The key, though, in order for us to achieve success is to, one, recognize what those fears are, and two, knock them out one by one. Knock them out one by one. And just understand, why is this fear here? What is it doing? Is it doing me any good? And if it's not, how do I get rid of it? Once we're focused on getting rid of that, then we say, you know what? Now I could really be intentional. I can be really clear about where I want to go and start setting the vision and setting the intention, setting those goals, those milestones, and then doing the work to get there. All right? So that's it from me for this afternoon. I'm heading out to pick up my little guys from school. But I'm testing, like I said, I'm testing out the time slots. Don't know if 3 o'clock is the one, that's going to work. But anyways, if you are on the replay, let me know when is a good time for me to, if you want to connect live, because I want to do more live broadcasts. I've been kind of absent from broadcasting. I was doing career chat for a minute, and then I put that on hold because I said to you, I've been going through a whole lot of getting a whole lot of clarity in terms of the direction I should be going into. But if you want to connect on live, let me know. Drop me a comment. Let me know when's the best time to connect with you. And let me know what you want to talk about. What are some of the challenges that you're experiencing? If you don't feel comfortable sharing it publicly, drop me a DM. What are some of the things that you want to learn? I create content, right? And I'll share that content with you, but in order for me to be able to serve you, I need to understand what it is that you need. So I'll happily take your comments. And like I said, feel free to send me a DM, a direct message if you're on Instagram, or a private message if you're on Facebook, and I'll be happy to respond. All right? Enjoy your day. Be blessed, be purposeful, be intentional, be encouraged, and fight the fear. Fight the fear. Life is short, and in order for us to really get to where we want to go, we've got to be willing to just take charge of our lives and not allow anything such as fear to stumble us. All right? Be well, my friends. Take care. Bye.